Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still in a war with Great Britain. This is a little bit of a re-record on account of my mouse ran out of batteries, and I spent like 3 minutes trying to find the thing, some batteries for it. So this is the first transcontinental railroad event. With the route between Atlantic and Pacific complete, the door is open for greater settlement to the American West. With this golden spike, we call for the unity of our country, as this railroad unites the two great oceans of the world. We'll settle the Great Plains, gives us railway throughput and migration attraction, a huge bonus to migration attraction in New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, and Nebraska. Or the West Coast shall be just as prosperous as the East, the same bonuses in Washington, Arizona, California, Nevada, Utah, and Alaska. We're going to go with that second one. And to facilitate that, let's build us some universities. This is also going to help out with our tech, which has been a little bit hampered by the fact that we're supporting so much tech growth in our subject states. This is going to help our tech spread, which will ultimately really need to be expanded. Let's go ahead and throw a little bit more. Actually, we don't have any universities in Alaska right now. It is incorporated. Huh, that's awkward. Oh, I'm so good at... I'm such a good ruler. I'm so good at stuff. Alright, there we go. So we should be able to win this war with Great Britain. Jamaica has already gotten their states in here, I believe. We'll check off both of those items. We got full control of the country, so now it's just a matter of bashing away at Great Britain until they're willing to give up the territory. They don't have war support protection on account of we're holding all of that territory. We're fighting in Ulster, which is an incorporated British territory. We've got... Oh, we just won a battle. So that gave us 37% occupation. Big ol' battle. And we got another big ol' battle on the way. Haha, they blundered. Wonderful. Blunderful! We're about to unlock conveyors. So let's take a quick look at how much oil we've got in our market. I know it's not that much, but we shouldn't need that much. Let me see. Oh yeah, we got plenty of oil. So oil's needed for the conveyors tech, so that's kind of why I'm checking. Beautiful. Another battle won there. This shouldn't take too long. And then we'll get to managing our other stuff. Another huge battle kicking off. Ooh, this one could potentially go against us. Let's hope we can keep winning. No, yeah, get him, get him. See if we can. They will accept. Oh, interesting. So I had Conquer West Indies checked, and now that one's become invalid due to, I think, Jamaica having already gotten it somehow. Yes. Now I can't propose this peace deal. That's really interesting. That's interesting. I've seen that thing happen before. There's conveyors, where you can't propose a peace deal that you can clearly achieve, but I didn't know why, and it's because that's still checked in this interface. That's really interesting. Alright, well, no, nothing to do about it. I guess we'll just have to invade all of Great Britain and capitulate the place. Musketia is in default, and that's just fine. Ottoman Empire's bailed out of the war, no shocks there. That has actually improved our position markedly over here. Very solid improvement in force comparisons here. 38% occupation of the lowlands, hoping to continue that trend. Continue to bash away at Great Britain here. So, what are we going to do after this? Military... No. Dude, I'm paying so much in military supplies right now, India. Why don't you don't? Uruguay is in default. Uh-oh. Ecuador is having a situation. We'll need to send an army. Great Britain, gentlemen's agreement, don't invade New England. Alright, beautiful. So they bailed out, so that'll be just fine. Okay, if all this goes alright... be able to close this out. Do I want to start demobilizing armies? I think the answer is yes. Regular army, for sure, can demobilize. Army of the Great Plains, yeah, same deal. Let's get these people back to work. We've got a reactionary revolt in Uruguay that we need to deal with. We'll send the Army of Observation there to assist with that. Harvest conditions started. Torrential rains. Well, that's suboptimal. Army of the Pacific Coast. We will demobilize. There's oil in Alto Paraguay. That's cool. Dixie Army we will demobilize. Now, let's take a quick look at our buildings, because I know there are production methods that we can improve. Tooling workshops, let's go to assembly lines. Oh, beautiful. Look at that profit. Motor industries. Yeah, there we go. Steel mills, can't do anything with that. Arms industries. Artillery foundries. Oh, no, they hate it. Go back to rotary valve. Munitions plants hate it too. Alright, we'll stay at rotary valve for them. Oh, right. I should have automated these mines forever ago. Don't know why I didn't. Maybe I was still building up more supply of transport. Anyway, modernize the ports. We're short on electricity in some places. Okay, alright, we'll stay. There's different... a bunch of places in other countries, surely. That's weird. Alright, I'm gonna leave these alone for now. Except, definitely go to... Do it. Go to Steam Donkey. You gonna be better under horse-drawn? Alright. You're better under horse-drawn? That's fine. Alright. I'm so good at scientific economy management. Why can't I... Will you tell me which freaking state I'm short? Oh, it's gotta be Mesquite, obviously. It's gotta be here in American Nicaragua, because that's the territory I just took. Alright, so I'm gonna hand that over to El Salvador, but before I do that, I'm going to decrease their autonomy. And you'll see why this makes sense in a moment. I can't grant the mistake because we're committed in a diplomatic play. That's okay. I'll be able to deal with all these diplomatic plays before too long. Let's get the game properly running. I do also want to go after Denmark for this territory. Now, before I reloaded this save, I'm actually going to wait until these two wars are finished. Just quickly knock them out, because I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm having demobilization debuffs and unable to mobilize my armies. And that shouldn't take too long to finish out these wars, and by then that should have sorted itself out. This front should be moving real fast. You've still got a bunch of battalions mobilized. Again, I don't know why the infantry aren't mobilizing more than anyone else. I think I should maybe add... Oh, right, we're not attacking because the war hadn't started yet, but it should be starting now. So, dangerous equipment. The paper mills in Oregon have seen an increase in workplace injuries due to increased mechanization and poor safety regulations. Accidents have always happened, but I feel like I used to have time to react. Not this time. I grabbed his arm to pull him out of the way, but I barely got a hold of his wrist before the arm was all I held on to. Slow down production while the staff adjusts to the new machinery. Unhappy industrialists reduced manufacturers' throughput, or we can't pull the brakes on the engines of industry. Evangelicals and trade unions unhappy. A lot of mortality for lower stardom pops. We'll slow down production. I can deal with the industrialists being unhappy. While we're waiting on this territory, I'm going to build some universities and a railway and a power plant here. I'm going to throw those all in at the top. It's going to take a lot of weeks. But they'll be partially finished when I transfer the territory, and that's what matters. Do a promotion. The petite bourgeoisie demand the promotion of Brigadier General Elam Sisson, touting his history of effective service, of loyal and effective service. So many medals adorned his jacket that one could scarcely see the fabric beneath, but it was not yet enough. Chest puffed out with pride, the general smiled as he imagined the look on Quincy's face when the field marshal learned of his imminent ascension. Their rivalry was legendary among the officers. At last, he would have his due. Sisson has earned it. Happier petite bourgeoisie. Or the petite bourgeoisie will not force our hand. Happier armed forces. Unhappy petite bourgeoisie. Let's go with he's earned it. He probably hasn't, but, you know, making the petite bourgeoisie happy is useful. It'll reduce my interest rates. Cause without a rebel. Although Manuel Morazan is still fighting for his cause, no one is following him anymore. Despondent, Morazan has started to publicly remark that he may give up on his activism altogether. What's the point? Speakers when we have any speak in empty halls and in empty chairs. There's no crowds, no banners. If anyone pays attention at all, they'll never understand anything we're preaching. What reason is there to stay here? We're all stuck doing nothing. Let me see. So he's part of the liberal movement. Liberal movement's pretty weak and inactive. He can find greener pastures elsewhere. Let's... what am I spending authority on? Mostly consumption taxes and whatnot. There's that dealt with. And then this should be done soon. Should make my armies function a little better. Oh, golly. Hold on. Hold on. Cool your jets. Event notification. I'm trying to fight a war. Beautiful. Alright. Accidental good press for Russia. Private correspondence exchanged by members of the Anti-Russian League have been published in pamphlets. The letters praise Russia, contrary to the intentions of the intelligentsia. Frustration brews at the gathering of all the Anti-Russian League members. Many are quick to blame the intelligentsia for this mishap, with a series of pamphlets distributed without their sanction. One member challenges the fervor of the group. Yes, this was not our intention, but is this not just one minor setback in our grand undertaking? Good press for Russia is harmless. Improves relations a little bit, Anti-Russian League becomes a little salty. Or the intelligentsia should pull any remaining pamphlets. 5% of intelligentsia member pops become loyal. I'm going to go with that second one. Is it a significant change? It's kind of a significant change. Alright, so, last time before I reloaded, batteries in my mouse died. I got Denmark to give me this stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They had a reactionary revolt. Where's... Hold on. Maybe I can get the territory... I can't take a stance. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Alright. So, I'll have to wait on that. But let's get managing our other stuff. So, first things first. We're going to do some reduction of... autonomy. Honduras, get your autonomy reduced. Nicaragua, get your autonomy reduced. Costa Rica, I can't do that because they're too high on autonomy as it is. Next, Guatemala. Time to get annexed. 25% chance they'll say yes. 12.1 infamy. It's a lot higher than it was before. Oh, because they're not low in liberty desire. Alright, so now I gotta chill for a little bit. Because I gotta keep them low in liberty desire. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I for sure do. Peru, Bolivia obviously is very high in liberty desire at this point. Can I start improving relations with them again? Give them knowledge sharing, but I don't want to do that. That's against my long-term interests. I don't remember exactly when I expelled their diplomats, so I'm just going to need to keep checking over there. How are things going with Mexico? Mexico is continuing to fall in liberty desire, which is very good. Finances are improving significantly. Let's continue to develop resources. So, I went to conveyors. What has that done to the price of oil? Oil is still actually really, really affordable. Should be a few more things I can automate with conveyor belts, right? Surely the steam donkey will make my logging camps more efficient. It will. Alright, beautiful. Just as it has done with my mines. Refrigerated rail cars, maybe? That's at least a little better. No, it's the electricity costs that are rough here. Let's take a quick look at goods prices. Oh yeah, I'm getting a lot more of these babies. Alright, well that's fine. Rhode Island. You need some railways. Electricity charges in Massachusetts, Georgia, Mississippi, Indiana, Alabama. Massachusetts. Georgia. Mississippi. Alabama. And Indiana. Next, we have transportation shortages in Georgia, South Dakota, and American Nicaragua. Georgia, South Dakota, oil in Texas. Tell me how you really feel. And American Nicaragua. I have already got a bunch of stuff slotted for construction there. Electricity shortage in Missouri. Let me see. That's here. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Texas, New Mexico. New Jersey. Pennsylvania. Michigan. Texas. And New Mexico. And then finally, we have transportation shortages in Minnesota. Alright, so that should be alright. Raising concerns. The yeoman farmers expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, staining the clear air of the United States of America with dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed. Yeoman farmers happier, industrialists mad, or they need to accept we can't always please everyone. Yeoman farmers unhappy and weaker. I'm going to do the first one. I've got a little bit of a buffer of opinion with the industrialists that I can for sure live with. How are my consumption taxes running? I can cut the one on tobacco for now to give me enough. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough for a decree. That was stupid. Oh, I'm a fool! I'm a fool! Anyway, it is what it is. Trade agreement. Oh, that's right, because I didn't pull them into my market yet. I'll do you one better. Toan Tinsuyu, I will add you to my power block. Hiya. Beautiful. Look at this power block. Heck yes. Paraguay's not in it, but you know, they don't need it. Really. They're fully protected. Fully ensconced in the embrace of the Monroe Doctrine. So we'll just declare neutrality and all this other stuff. Inefficient agriculture. Could you stop giving me opportunities to make the industrialists mad? I just can't help but take them all. The industrialists have started complaining about the existence of subsistence farms in Pennsylvania, saying that their undeniable inefficiency should be immediately addressed. The fertile soil of our people suffers, relegated to tired and callous hands, too exhausted from manual labor to perform at a decent level, too poor to be able to use more advanced tools that would make them more profitable. This industry is just a useless investment. We should follow their advice. I don't want to piss people off too much. So let's take a quick look at our subjects here for a moment. We'll sort by subject type. Colonies, we have Canada and Cuba. Both of them have liberty desire going down. Puppets, we've got a bunch. Their liberty desire is moderately high. Of them, IT is the one with the lowest. IT, Jamaica, and Indian Territory. None of the ones I want to occupy. Uruguay and Venezuela are getting down there, but the others are going. New neighbors, new grudges. The minority group of French people has recently settled in the state of Nevada, seeking a better future. However, the local Yankee elites are stirring up resentment, claiming the French newcomers will destroy the traditional way of life. They don't belong here. Our Yankee customs, our way of life, they'll be lost if we let the French settle, claimed a prominent landowner, his words echoing the taverns and markets of Carson City. The newcomers, hopeful but weary, whisper of opportunity, but face closed doors and hostile stares. We must foster unity between peoples, whether French or Yankee. Same thing I've been doing. Yes, I forgot I didn't have investment rights in you. I'm going to be declaring neutrality in this situation in the Balkans, because I'm going to focus on expanding employment in Tawantinsuyu. Let's see. You're going to need some railways, sir. Sir, you're going to need an overwhelming abundance of railways. This should give Santa Cruz access to the market now, which it for sure has. Doesn't say it's got any problems. Actually, yeah, 100% in the American market. That's beautiful. All these other places are a little short, but that's okay. We can live with that. Let me see. Any coal that I can tap to make the railways easier to run? Yes. There's some coal in Cajamarca. Building up local coal resources is very, very important in terms of keeping states productive, because they need to have coal in order to run their trains. For Lima, we're going to build up iron and a little bit of steel industry. And that's just going to be useful in terms of, again, keeping the prices for those railways down to the greatest extent possible. Alright, what is this? We have a Honduran anarchist revolt. Alright, we'll go ahead and send the Army of New England to deal with that. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Alright, and Great Britain is having itself a revolt. That's extremely funny. A radical revolt. You get 'em, Great Britain. At the same time, they're trying to fight... they're trying to annex Zulu. So, you know, good on you. Let's take a look at tech for a sec. We've knocked out a bunch of items in Tier 4 of production. We got automatic bottle blowers spreading to us. Society is doing alright at the moment. We got multilateral alliances. That's helping a lot. But let's continue to bang on towards the end of military. I'm going to do war propaganda and submarine. Spread might be able to take care of destroyer, but I'm going to cue that in as well. And then after that, we'll grab NCO training, stormtroopers, flamethrowers, military aviation. Then we'll knock out mobile armor and circle back to chemical warfare. And hopefully tech spread will help us a little bit along the way there. We finished building all those universities we said we were going to build. So how has that impacted our technology? It's gotten our tech spread up a little bit. We've got a lot from unspent innovation, but we're also spreading a lot of tech. So I think Guatemala is going to be annexed reasonably soon. We might need to do it with infamy. I'm going to give that territory to Maya, and then the whole rest of this territory is going to go to El Salvador. I'm going to reduce subject payments for El Salvador and for Nicaragua. Fireside chat. President Patrick Cameron has decided to use the new, exciting radio technology to connect more directly with the people. It's like he's there in the room with me. It's hard not to be convinced. It should express authority, 15% authority, that's nice. Or it should make us look good, happier armed forces. I'm going to do the first one. Expressing authority is nice. That does give me a little bit of authority to finish doing this thing, but this is actually almost done, so I don't really need to worry about it that much. To finish those construction projects in American Nicaragua, but I can put back the consumption tax. Actually, consumption taxes on coffee would be even better. That's really nice. Oh, beautiful. Jacob Dunn retires. Defensive Pact. Tawantinsuyu, you're in my power block. You don't need a defensive pact. We're already. I already have to defend you. You silly Billy. You big dummy. You big dummy. Costa Rica, we'll go ahead and reduce your autonomy as well. And then reduce subject payments. I know that sounds like a mistake, but it is what it is. Don't want to invest in you, Burma. Do not want to invest in you. Do not want something Faustian bargain. Alright, their liberty desire is still going down. Who's lowest liberty desire of all these countries? Not Honduras, that's for sure. I mean, I guess none of the ones that I just reduced in autonomy. But, you know, we're getting there. Obviously, Mexico is still pretty high in autonomy now. Although it is going down at a good, solid clip. There we go. This army should redeploy to the other front, which it is doing. Very nice. Now, what about Peru-Bolivia? Peru-Bolivia is as high in liberty desire as they can get. But I can start improving relations now, which is good. And then, you know, soon we'll be able to do other stuff. Supporting regime sensible? I don't think it is. We've got a legitimate government right now. We got a bunch of free traders in the works. French Republic's going after Bhutan. French Republic feels like they're pretty low on battalions for this point in the game. They're the number 4 great power. Heck, who beat out the French? Oh, we're in the war view, so we gotta wait for this to finish. Okay, so that's really interesting, though. I'm glad I learned that little thing about checking those boxes, because if I stop doing that, that'll make things easier. The Anti-French League has offered us an opportunity to sign a trade agreement with the two Sicilies. If proposed, this proposal, if accepted, is intended to counter French interests. It was a veiled sort of aggression, one which could in theory appeal to both ardent jingoists and those who preferred to mitigate losses. It would force the enemy to respond, possibly drive them towards a reckless confrontation in response to a seemingly benign maneuver. A plan to fight the French Republic to the last Sicilian, one minister remarked. The representative flushed. You practiced responses along both lines, but none of them quite fit. This is not in our interests. Trampled underfoot. A demonstration organized by the communist movement in Vermont has been violently dispersed by police, leading to several fatalities and serious injuries. Memories of the incident have become a rallying cry for dissidents. He'd been smiling when he'd ordered his horse through the crowd. His expression was etched in her mind as if by acid on a metal plate. What kind of a man could maintain such a hideous serenity amongst the screams, the broken bones, the spurts of blood? As people fled around him, he had ordered his officers forward, and then what? Amidst the blur of human terror, she found herself sheltering in a haphazardly shuttered bar. Many others had not been so lucky. When she walked through the place where the demonstration had been held, she could not tell how many of the people sprawled across the flagstones were still moving. Censure the officers responsible. 2% of pops in Vermont become more radical. Armed forces get pretty salty. Or they were ordered to disperse. The police are not to blame. Armed forces much happier. 10% of pops more radical. You know what? We'll do it. They were ordered to disperse. They shouldn't have been opposing capitalism and freedom. Nicaraguan communist revolt. Oh, yeah, that's us. We're dealing with it. We're dealing with it. I'm on it. I'm on it. I definitely didn't completely forget there was a revolt happening in one of my subject states. It's fine. It's fine. I'm so good at video games. No one needs to worry how good at video games I am. I'm so good at them. Alright, and then we got some massive expansions of industry in Tawantinsuyu scheduled here. And after that, we got other stuff. So no one's getting involved in this, and that's... No one should be shocked by that, least of all me. Petit bourgeoisie are still happy. That's keeping our interest rates super duper low. Yeah, still looking okay for all that. Yeah, I think Guatemala is the target. So, Guatemala I'm going to hand off to Maya. All these others I'm going to hand off to El Salvador. And I'm going to hopefully induce them to revolt by annexing someone else so that I can conquer them properly. Still getting a big increase to Liberty Desire from Infamy. Ecuador need to improve relations over here. Didn't realize I had so much. I had damaged relations with them so much. They are going down in Liberty Desire. They're pretty reliant on our economy, so I can't do much over there. Though I will go ahead and improve that. With that having been said, I do want to expand industry in Guaviare. And in other states in Colombia, because Colombia, I'm going to eventually hand over all this territory. So, first, let's power the country. Second, Cundinamarca will power twice. Yeah. How are local prices? Transportation is pretty expensive. Let's build up a much larger number of railways over there. Oh my gosh, I'm not still at wooden passenger carriages, am I? Let's hope I'm not. Really embarrassing if I wasn't. No, I'm at steel. I'm at steel for my internal railways. Alright, so got a little bit of oil. Build up some coal resources here. Build up some iron mines. Let's just do a couple more sets of railways across the board. It's just sensible, I think. I'm going to put all the other stuff, all these mines below that. So Antioquia's got some good resources. Cauca build coal mines and logging camps. Oil discovered in California. Oil. Encourage this trend. Oil is the future. Alright, other stuff's okay. Guaviare will build up some rubber infrastructure and some logging camps. And then industry. A lot of their industry is focused in Cundinamarca. Motor industries and steel mills are going to be useful. Paper mills as well. Cauca's got a little bit of industry. It's got some productive paper mills there. And then Antioquia. Oh no, Antioquia is kind of their industrial hub. Needs some steel mills. It's going to make the tooling and the motor industries more efficient. And we'll build up paper mills there as well. And that'll be nice. So, now what about Venezuela? Zulia is, I think, the primary... Oh, that's right. Venezuela's got a lot of oil resources I can exploit. And we'll need that for late game production methods, although not quite yet. Danish reactionary revolt, how are you taking this long to get devoured? You almost done? Please be almost done. I don't have to wait and keep remembering to keep checking on you. Oh my goodness. A Métis uprising in Canada. We'll send the Army of the Great Plains to deal with the situation. They happen to be right in the area. Beautiful. That's just beautiful. Brazil modernizes their navy. Good for you, Brazil. You did it. So good at stuff. Well done. Liberty Desire among my subject states is going down, but it'll be going down faster as soon as I've gotten my infamy down below 25. I'm comfortable with getting it up to 50. Alright, Denmark is united again. So, let's grab the state. 14% chance they say yes. They'll have Netherlands on their side. I can deal with it. Come on, say yes. They've refused. How could you? That's okay. I'll put the Army of New England on the front. If Netherlands wants to make a priority of this, they can. But while we're dealing with this, transfer the Dutch East Indies. No, I'm just kidding. That would be really, really extreme. Very funny, but very extreme. Liberate Hatawadi. I don't know where that is. Liberate the Dutch East Indies. Oh man, I could cause a Dutch East Indies explosion. That would be extremely funny. How are all the other GPs feeling about this? German Empire is inclined to side with them, as are the Swedes. I'm not super worried about all those nerds. I will do a full mobilization. And we'll see what everybody does. I'm not going to do too much here. Ultimately, I just want to steal a little bit of territory. And that'll be just fine. If Germany gets involved, I'll do a full mobilization. Obviously, it'll cost me a pretty penny, but it is what it is. Again, I already completed this successfully in my other one without firing a shot, so, you know, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. I'm going to rename my navies. Okay, German Empire side of the Netherlands, that's not shocking. We'll call you the first American fleet. And we'll rename the third American fleet the second American fleet. Sensible naming conventions. You see, the Danes are sending 1 battalion of skirmish infantry to deal with this. So I will continue on as I am. Oil in Arkansas. Very good. Encourage this trend. Oil is the future. I'm just keeping an eye on Germany. Because again, if Germany doesn't send anybody, then it's not going to be an issue. The head of the trade union's retired. They're headed up by a social democrat now. We'll see if they join the liberal movement. If they don't, then so be it. Oh my gosh, we're way over time. Alright, well, this we're going to have to deal with next episode. For now, I've had fun. I hope you've had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.